All right, guys, welcome to the Outer Nexus. Tonight, we are going to check out the Steam sale, the spring Steam sale.
Yep.
Let's see what kind of shit we got going on over there. Boom. Let's see what we got. Do you
Yep.
have any games that you're looking for?
I don't have anything I'm specifically looking for. I mean, I'm always looking at the percentage off on these games.
I know, right?
And I look for deals on things that I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna wait for the Steam sale.
Yeah.
And then I kind of go for it, and I make a large list.
Yeah.
And yep, I put them all in my cart, and then I just buy them all if I want.
Yeah.
Right now, though, I mean, all the way at the top there was the God of War.
God of War Ragnarok.
Yep.
That game is pretty badass, but not that much of a sale.
No.
Red Dead Redemption. It's like $15, but everybody has it by now.
Yeah.
Everybody has that game by now. Cyberpunk, $24.
Yeah, I bet you it's not the expansion for that. It's just regular.
Oh,
yeah.
Let me see. Oh, do they have it?
I don't even know if it's out yet. I'm just saying. I bet you that's why it's on sale and up front like it is.
No, I mean okay. So the Ultimate Edition is the one where they fixed it. Okay. So the original where they added Phantom Liberty.
Yeah.
But I think that's its own storyline as well. But it's like an extension of the storyline.
I heard. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't play it because after I did buy Cyberpunk originally.
Yeah.
I was like, this game is a bit rough. And granted, I heard they've made great.
Oh God, it's so good now. The only problem with it, and it's not really that much of a problem because I kind of understand, but it's still stupid, is there's no third person mode. It's only first person. So you'd be fine with that probably.
Yeah.
You only like first person mode.
I mean, I like either, but yeah, I do prefer like first person a lot of the time.
Yeah. But it seems like there's a lot of these games, they're gearing them up to work on Steam Deck. They seem like they really want to push their Steam Deck, their new hardware, and it is pretty impressive stuff what the Steam Deck has going on in it. I think at this point, well, everybody has a Nintendo Switch now at this point. And a lot of people are getting Steam Decks.
I mean, I have a Switch.
Yeah.
Because I've always been a Nintendo fan. I've had pretty much every one of their systems, since the beginning.
Yeah.
And I've used, well, the thing is, I like up into the DS.
Yeah.
There was a thing for the DS where you could use your it was like a Mario alarm.
Yeah.
And I would use that as my alarm to wake up for a very long time.
Yeah.
And by the way, this new Alarmo thing that they just put out, Nintendo put out,
yeah,
I'm not a fan.
Yeah. So why is that?
It just seems annoying. Like,
is it like AI?
And I don't even know. I just look at it. I see the little face on it. I'm like, it's not like the little Mario thing that just, it was like a endless level and it would just jump.
Oh,
yeah. And I liked when it was more simple. Yeah. And I didn't like the fact that you had to buy, like, I just want the little alarm inside my Switch or something. Yeah. But I'm not big in general on the smaller form factors.
Yeah. And that is kind of a problem in itself for some people. But the Steam Deck, well, I mean, the Switch and the Steam Deck, you can actually have it project onto TVs or monitors or anything like that.
Yeah, and I mean that's basically how I use it.
Yeah.
I just keep it plugged in and I do it that way. Granted, if I do go out somewhere, and I have my Switch, I will occasionally use it that way. If I'm in a game so much that I'm like, I gotta keep playing. Then I'll use it that way, but I don't prefer it. Because I'm just like, even like with my computer, I bought a big curved screen. And it's like I prefer just sitting there. I like the controls of a mouse and keyboard. And I like doing it.
I mean, that's the way to go. And that's what I prefer myself, but I really appreciate the design behind the Switch. In fact, when they were releasing the Switch and they had the specs for it, and my friends told me the specs, I was like, there's no fucking way that it has those specs unless it just, overheats until it melts down, unless there's been a significant breakthrough in GPU technology.
Yeah.
And there was. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
And Nintendo is extremely impressive with their hardware. Like I've always wanted them to actually make a phone. Like if they made a real phone that was like a version of the Switch almost, where you could maybe put controls on the side and could do that would be pretty much all you'd need. I mean, at that point,
you're back in the day. You're talking about the N gauge at this point.
Well, the N gauge, that shit was hilarious, though. Yeah. That shit was hilarious. The N gauge, what was that? Neo Geo or Nokia? Nokia made their own cell phone game system with their own cartridges and everything.
And they look like the Switch cartridges of today.
Actually. They look like the Switch cartridges, but the design of the N gauge was like a weird. It was like a Nokia phone with a bigger screen.
Yeah, it was a little rounded on the bottom, but otherwise, it was basically
So like, and I remember, oh my god, I remember back in the 90s, the Sega, what was that thing called? That big
Game Gear.
It took fucking 8D batteries.
Yeah, I have one.
It ran for 2 hours, and that was it.
Yeah.
And you could just play Sonic on it.
Oh yeah, and
but it looked great. It looked like a fucking TV. It looked like a CRT monitor on there.
It did, and I mean the games were pretty basic on it. But like you said, you'd put in like 6, I forget what it was, 6 or 8 batteries.
Yeah,
it would eat all of them.
Yeah,
like quickly. So you're going through batteries. That's happening. But there's. I like I said, I'm not a big on the smaller, even though like in the day I would play Pokemon on my Game Boy as much as I could at the time.
Yeah.
I've just grown into, I think World of Warcraft ruined it for me.
Oh yeah. PC gaming kind of ruined like console gaming entirely for me. But I find myself going more and more back to controller and like a big screen and a controller, because I like racing games. I like third person games and racing games and simulators. I like just chilling. But what I think is interesting is that this small form factor design is not going away.
No.
Computers are getting smaller. Gaming computers are getting smaller. And now Steam has their own OS, Steam OS. It's Linux that runs video games. It's like the holy grail. Like we don't need Windows anymore, guys. We can just make custom Steam OS machines, and it's just wild. It's wild where computing is going, because it feels like with this one article, like with what Apple is doing, and a bunch of different semiconductor and chip manufacturer companies are doing. They're making all sorts of different types of chips now.
Yeah.
Like this one, that now this is a little scary, by Apple. It runs DeepSeek. So I don't know if they're like in bed with the Chinese government with this, the development. They probably are, which is concerning.
Yeah.
But no need for a multi GPU setup. That's pretty wild.
Yeah. No, I mean the thing about this is like it's getting into the ability to, like you said, you don't need certain things with this anymore.
So what this really is an entire computing system based around enhancing AI. It's not like the kind of computer systems that we had before. It's a computer system totally designed to facilitate the AI. And what's interesting, where graphics technology is going, is we don't actually need to do traditional rendering the way we used to anymore. We can actually probably do little rendering now and just get basic models and shapes to render, and then just let AI fill in the rest. NVIDIA is coming out with this type of technology to enhance. Let me see. Hold on. NVIDIA AI graphics enhance enhancer, maybe. I'm not really sure what it would be called, but it basically uses AI upscaling. Maybe this is it. No, that's not it. That's not it.
But you're basically saying it fills in the gaps.
Right. So basically you'll be playing a video game and it'll look like the way that it does. But if you go into the settings that NVIDIA would provide, you can turn on an AI mode that will alter what you're seeing in that direction as you're playing it.
Yeah.
Trying to find a really good example of it. Graphics with AI enhancer. Let's see. Let me see. Maybe Oh yeah, it is showing it a little bit. I don't know where the right video for this is though, but that's where we're going with AI technology. Let me see. Let me just look it up on YouTube. Maybe it's there. Graphics card AI enhancement. That's kind of it. It's like super resolution shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here we go. This is it right here. Okay. This is some So it'll take like really blurry images or things that are not quite what they are, and they will transform them into other things. Let me see. Here we go. This is a great example right here. So we all know Lara Croft. She's got the points going on. And this totally changes what she looks like. I mean, she's still got the points going on, but it overlays an algorithm on top. Here we go. Let's see what it does to Mario. Oh, look at that. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, it smoothed them out.
Yeah. Boom. That's what it does. It basically what the AI does is it looks at the image itself and it takes everything into account and it sort of cleans everything up depending on the direction of the algorithm, depending on what the algorithm wants. That's basically how this kind of stuff works.
But yeah, I mean that's one of the things that's coming, and one of these things that's going to power these smaller devices.
Yeah.
And you talked about the Meta has those Ray-Bans.
Oh yeah. Coming. Yeah, that's right. So Meta, they did a commercial for the Super Bowl where they have basically, well, it's not AR glasses yet, but that's the goal. They want to make AR Ray-Bans. So they just look like regular old Ray-Ban sunglasses, but it's augmented reality. It's got a computer built into the device and you can't even tell. They're not there yet with it though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
However, there is, with these new ways to game and new ways to approach technology, I just thought this was pretty interesting that they actually have hang on, let me pull this up. They actually have games on a volumetric display now, like that device in Star Wars almost, but it's not a hologram. This is a volumetric display, but it's rendering it entirely. And I think like what you were saying before, this is kind of like the basis for augmented reality, but it's not really the same thing.
I mean, it's not doing
the same thing.
Same thing, but
no,
this is how one of the scanners for it would see the world, basically.
This is like an AI playing this, seeing it, and projecting it into volumetric display.
Yeah, this is neat.
It is neat. I think this is neat because I think the opportunity to ponder orbs is in our future. Could you imagine just you and your buddies in your living room, and instead of a TV in the middle of the living room is a massive orb, and you all just ponder it all day with whatever games that you want, whatever you want to see, even scenes from real life, just volumetric.
You're a lizard, baby. Yeah, I mean, it would be interesting. And then they have, this right here, which is,
and this is always pretty interesting because this is what AR really could be at its full height. Imagine seeing something like this in real life.
If you're not familiar with the glasses he has on, basically you can see it in a screen in front of you. It'll project this image in front of you on even without a screen.
Yeah.
But you can also do this, and that's what he's showing you, is you can make the table basically look like.
Yeah, and the way that he's doing that is the device on his head has multiple cameras and sensors on it that are constantly tracking points, vectors in physical space to overlay these sort of graphs on the reality that you're seeing. And I think for some of these glasses, well, these ones I believe just have kind of a monitor that they project onto the lens, but I think they're actually getting into projecting it into your eyeballs now. So we might see that in the future.
Yeah.
But that is always very interesting.
Yes. And then, back to the, Steam sale. Let's see what we got here.
Yeah, let's see what we got going on. Hold on.
We'll share that.
Yeah. Let's see. What's your favorite category, Billy? Let's see what we got.
I mean, my favorite category is always it's a sad category.
Yeah.
With it's the MMORPG category.
Right. The MMORPG category. Let's check the fabled list of MMOs that we've all already played.
Yeah.
Oh, you have to. Okay. It's fine. Oh my God, Elder Scrolls is on sale for $1 or $2.
$2, right? Right. I mean, all of these games at this point could just be like, it's free.
Yeah,
we've been around for a long time.
Yeah, Elite Dangerous is pretty good. I wouldn't consider that an MMO, but
no,
I guess maybe at this point they think it is.
Right. I mean, this is one of the sad categories.
Yeah, this is the sad category because we're all waiting for something. I heard they kind of updated Throne and Liberty, so it's a little better, but
yeah, I'm not holding my breath on that one.
Yeah. Is there any MMOs that you hold any hope for?
At the moment, I mean, the thing is, I am signed up for Ashes of Creation.
Is that still happening? Ashes of Creation?
I mean, in a technical sense, yes. I mean, I think it could come out as early as 2027.
Yeah.
It could come out in 2030. That's my projection.
Oh God. 5 more years.
Yeah. And they've already been in development for like 5 to 7 years already.
Now, it seems like PAX Day, well, PAX Day has a lot of pay to win elements in it, but it seems like PAX Day is kind of trying to rip off Ashes of Creation a little tiny bit.
I mean, I haven't played PAX Day at all, so
it's like a super hardcore survival MMO, but it's like really good graphics.
Okay.
And that's how they get you.
Yeah.
That's how they get you with the anime titties.
Like,
and you know it.
The thing with a lot of MMOs, if I hear that it has pay to win elements in it, I'm pretty much out.
But that works in Asia where they're developed. That's the thing. It's like a cultural difference.
And one of the games that I would probably be playing even right now.
Yeah.
if it didn't have the strong play to win elements that it has, is Black Desert Online.
Oh yeah, Black Desert Online is fantastic. I think this PAX Day game is trying to suck up a bit of their audience. But I did actually go back to Black Desert, and it does seem pretty decent now, and it's a little less pay to winning.
From what I heard, you can play it.
Yeah.
It's just, once you hit a certain threshold.
Yeah.
No, like everything after that threshold is like, if you want to be a person in this game, it's pay to win.
You have to. Yeah, like Arcade or Lineage.
Yeah, and also I will not play a game even if it doesn't have pay to win elements.
Yeah.
If the system for upgrading your gear is go find another piece of it and smash them together, and there's a chance that both are destroyed.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, that is fucking ridiculous. That's a game that does not respect your time at all.
No.
Where it's like, all right. I think we're going to call this episode here, but we're going to keep streaming.
Yep.
All right.